Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been way too long, I know, and I'm sorry. You know, it's the usual. I've been working, I've been moving into a new place and just feeling uninspired a lot as well. Also, I get caught up in these stupid details, you know, like I almost didn't record a video today because I wasn't happy with the way it looked. I tried to like set up something here in the background and I end up covering it with my face, whatever I do. I think I just have to get past that first bump, you know, and start recording a lot more, and we're gonna be good. If you want to hear all about like an update with my life, what's gonna happen next and all that stuff, I'm probably gonna record a video tomorrow because there is a lot of stuff going to happen pretty soon and I'm super excited. For this video though, I'm gonna teach you guys how I color graded my Bali video. A lot of people in the comments were asking exactly how I did it, and they wanted to get the LUT or whatever. And I thought I'd do you one better and just teach you the process from the beginning until the end, so you can just do it yourself. Keep in mind, this is like my first ever tutorial, so just bear with me, okay? I'm gonna get better at it. But yeah, this is what you're gonna learn today. Alright, so what we're gonna do today is we're not just gonna jump into Premiere Pro and start color grading. We're actually gonna be creating our own LUT using Lightroom, Premiere Pro and a plugin. And before you like leave thinking that it's such a complicated process or something, just know that that's exactly the way I was thinking for like maybe over a year. And when I finally took the time to learn this, I was so grateful because it's like a whole new world of color grading opens up. I used to sit and browse the internet for LUT, like downloading free LUTs and whatnot, and I was never quite happy with the results. And I mean, the ultimate thing you can do is just make your own LUTs instead, right? So that's what we're gonna do today. So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna open up Premiere Pro, and as you can see, I've kind of prepared a sequence here already. And basically everything that I've done is I've selected a few clips that I want to use to create this color grade, right? So I got a girl singing here in Vietnam, some old lady walking down the street, I got a dog on the beach. And when you select these clips, you want to make sure you have some diversity in the clips so that it's not all the same. For example, we got some blue here in the end. We got some like golden hour shots. We got me vlogging in the mountains like moody. And yeah, just make sure you have a few different clips. Don't put like 5 clips from the exact same room, you know. And basically the thing you want to do with these clips is you want to select a point in the video that you like and just press this little export frame camera thing here, and you can name it whatever you want and export it as a JPEG. And I've already done this, so I have a folder here on my desktop with 7 pictures from all the different clips. And we're basically done in Premiere Pro for now, so you can go ahead and launch Lightroom. And what we're gonna do is we're going to import those 7 pictures. Alright, so we got all our clips in Lightroom and we're going to start creating our color grade, right? So just select an image, and if you're not familiar with Lightroom, there's tons of tutorials. But basically it's just like grading in Premiere Pro, but for pictures, and you have a lot more knobs to turn. First thing you might wonder is, why are we using JPEGs to do this? And the reason is, first of all, you want to be using reference points from the video so you can see how it looks on the actual clip. And also, since we're not shooting raw with the camera, editing a raw picture is not gonna give us like the proper representation of how the LUT will look, if you know what I mean. So if we're editing a raw picture, we might be like, oh, this looks so good, and then we put it on the video clip, right? And the video clip has so much less information, so it might just look really bad. You want to use JPEGs, unless you're on a red camera, of course, then you can do something else. And the other thing you want to do is you want to decide like, what kind of LUT are you going to create? What kind of clips are you going to be color grading with this LUT? Obviously we've selected like a wide variety, but you still want to have like your main type of shots for this LUT. And for me, that's gonna be like these city, urban environments, and also like a little bit of this and the moody green and stuff. And the picture we're gonna start with is the one of the old lady here in Vietnam. And keep in mind, guys, I'm not a professional colorist or anything like this. I'm just simply teaching you guys how I made my color grade and how I like to work with my color grading process. But yeah, the only thing you want to do here in the basic tab is change the temperature to +1. That's only because you need to have like a custom number. You can't use the auto settings because the LUT won't know what the auto is. Something like that. And the rest of this, you can tweak all this stuff in Premiere Pro after you've applied your LUT. So I tend to not do anything here. We just want to create like the base color grade for the clip, right? So jump straight to the tone curve, and I like to just put one here, drag this down. And since we're working with JPEGs, it's quite different from working with RAW. So it's gonna change like much faster, I feel like. But I like to just pull down this and put a bit of fade here. Not too much. I think that's good. And maybe drag this up a bit. This is a pretty overexposed hat. It's a pretty weird shot, so it's gonna look really bad, but it's gonna look bad, but it's gonna look good. And then there's a bit too much fade here with this one down, so I'm gonna drag it up a bit to get a bit more contrast. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Alright, so we're done with the tone curve and we want to jump down to HSL. And HSL is really where the magic happens. This is where you can change colors all kinds of ways, you know. And there's no rules here, or well, I guess you shouldn't maybe like do like this, or maybe you should, I don't know. But my point is, it's all about playing around with it, you know, to find something you like. The reds, oranges and yellows, by the way, you always got to be careful because these are your skin tones. And in this particular video, we're gonna create a LUT that is very stylized, like a travel LUT or whatever you want to call it. And the skin tones aren't always gonna be on point when you make that kind of LUT. But yeah, just so you know. If you're gonna film like a corporate video or something, you might not want to throw on the Bali 2019 LUT, you know. Anyways, the reds, I want to put it a bit to the right to make it a bit more orange, and I want the oranges a bit to the left. I don't know why, I just think it looks good. And the yellows, yeah, a bit more to the orange here. Because I know for a fact that yellows can turn kind of weird, you know. You don't want like the typical yellow in your shots when you're creating a LUT like this. The greens, we don't really have a lot of green in this image, so we're gonna wait and turn that knob later. The blues, I wanted them to be a bit more dark. The aquas a bit more dark as well. The purples I'm just gonna drag all the way to the blue, and the magenta all the way to the red, because I don't want those colors in this LUT. And saturation, I'm gonna drag down the red a bit. You see this red here is very, very, very present. So we're gonna drag it down a little bit. And the oranges can go up. +20. The yellows. Yellows affects greens a lot, so we're gonna wait with that as well. And when we get to a picture with green in it, we're gonna change that one. And the aqua, put it down. And when we get to the blues here, this is really where the characteristics of this LUT comes to life, I think, because we're gonna drag them all the way down to -90 something. I'm really a big fan of just removing the blues, even if it comes like, even in pictures and everything. I don't like blues, I think. And the purples, bam, bam. Actually, there was some purple in the jacket. Let's keep some purple, because we changed it to blue anyways, right? Right, so luminance, this can make a big difference as well. Maybe put it up. Oranges, higher. Yellows, put it up as well. If you drag these down, it can look really weird on skin tones, so we're just gonna drag them up to get a bit more something. The greens, again, we don't have greens here. The luminance of the blues, I want to higher those as well, because this is gonna, like, there's a lot of blue in places you don't know, like in the ground, in the shadows, stuff like that. So changing the blues really makes a huge difference, and I really like to put the luminance up a bit. Aqua, we're gonna higher the luminance of that as well. Purple, just not gonna bother with those. All right, so HSL done. This is the after, and this is the before. And I don't know, you can see already that it's, I think it looks good. It looks good. And the next thing we're gonna do is go to split toning. And I really like to, since we're removing blues from the picture overall, I like to add them in a way, like adding them to the highlights. So we get a different kind of like blue cast, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, guys. I just did this and it looked good, okay? Last thing you wanna do, go into calibration, see if this looks good. Nope. A bit more saturation on this one, maybe 10. Nope. Lower this a bit. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yep. So now we have to press this image, and we're gonna sync the settings across all our images and browse through, see what we find, because now we have to check so that it works on all the pictures, right? So this one, I think it looks kind of good. There's something weird going on here, but I think it's just about the warmth. Yeah, that one is approved. Third one, this looks good as well, I think. Before and after. Yeah. Yeah. And this one though, we got the greens here, and like I talked about earlier, we didn't have a lot of greens in our first image, so we really have to change these. And go back to HSL, and I really like to just drag down the saturation of the greens a lot. Like minus 60. And the luminance down as well. Minus 70. And then change the hue a little bit to the right. Alright. Yep, that looks good. And remember guys, when we are here in Lightroom, we want to make the LUT super strong, because when we get into Premiere Pro later, we can adjust the strength. So here we can just go all in full power, and we can adjust it later on. So we checked our first 4 images and it looks good. And now we have the blue images, and guess what? They're gonna look like crap because we don't have any blue in the saturation. So what we need to do is we need to adjust the blues separate for these videos. Plus minus 25. Aqua minus 25. Plus 20. Maybe that's good. All right, I kind of like that. That looks okay. A bit like desaturated, but still not boring. So we're gonna share that on these 3. Sync, bam. So now we got some blues back, basically. Great. All right, so we've now created our look, our LUT, if you will. And the next thing you need to do is you need to take this image here and make a preset out of it. We're gonna name it Kalle 1. And we're gonna take the blue one as well, because we changed the blues, right? And make a preset out of that. Name it Kalle 2. Now we have our presets 1 and 2, and now comes the confusing part, okay? I just learned this a while ago. When I did this, I actually used a different plugin, but this one is way simpler, even though it's complicated. But just bear with me, okay? So we open up the LUT generator here. I'm gonna link it down in the description. And we're gonna generate a HALD. Don't even ask me what that means. We're just gonna do it, okay? And that creates this weird looking image here. I believe this is like a canvas, and we're gonna put our paint on it. Like our preset is the paint. And then it's gonna work its magic somehow. But we're gonna rename this to Kalle HALD 1. And we're gonna make another one. Bam. And we're gonna rename this one to Kalle HALD 2. And we're gonna import these into Lightroom. And now when they're all imported and ready to go, you go to develop, and we're gonna apply our preset, right? So the first one, apply Kalle 1. The second one, apply Kalle 2, which is changing them, obviously. So we got two different ones here. And then file, export, Kalle 1 export. Boom. Export this one. Kalle 2 export. So now we put our preset on these two weird looking things, on these things, and we exported them again, right? So we have two new ones here. And now you go to convert to cube. Desktop, and then take Kalle 1 export. Done. Operation completed successfully. So now we should have a cube file here. And that is the LUT file, guys. So we rename this to Kalle 1 LUT. And remember to keep this cube thing in the end, otherwise it's not gonna work, the .cube. And we do the second thing, the same thing for the second one. Choose the Kalle 2 export. Successfully. Rename this to Kalle 2 LUT. Alright, so we have our two LUTs here on the desktop, and this is why it's kind of confusing, for me at least, because you have all these things, they look the same, and it's like, now we're done with these at least, so we can just go, bam, remove, move to trash, where is it? There we go. So now we just have our two LUT files here, and this is the important part. So we can go back to right where we started in Premiere Pro, and Creative, Browse, Desktop, and there we go. We have our LUT. And like the first time I did this, I was so amazed. I was like, oh my god, I can make my own LUTs. And yeah, it is kind of amazing. So obviously now we have it here, we can change the intensity of it. I kind of like this on the maximum though. Maybe lower the highlights a bit, lower the shadows, you know, just play around with it. But it's the important thing is now we have it here, and it has awesome colors and stuff. Browse. Just look how moody that looks. I just love it. I'm hyping myself up, but imagine we just made our own LUT and it looks this good. Yeah, we can go to the blue clips here as well. This one, and we use the second one. That was, the blues got kind of dark, but I still like it. And I mean, it's trial and error. You can just go back and make a new LUT, because you can make LUTs now. So it's really just awesome. Yeah. Alright guys, so my first ever tutorial finished. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I know I ramble a lot, but hopefully you made sense of it, and hopefully you can make your own LUTs now. And if you still can't, download below. No, but seriously, I'm gonna put the LUT we created down in the description so you can just get it and use it. And I still recommend you to experiment for yourself, of course, but yeah, you can just get that. See it as a thank you for the amazing support on my Bali video. Like really, I think it has like 2,000 likes and 300 comments. Half of them are me though, of course, because I answer every comment. But yeah, it's just amazing the amount of support, and I've been feeling really bad about not recording more because you guys have shown me so much support. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to know more about that whole situation, with what's gonna happen next, what my plans are, just stay tuned for the next video, okay? Because I'm gonna talk all about that. But for now, just hope you learned something. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment what video you would like to see in the future. I have a lot of ideas, but I still want to know what you guys think. Go ahead and follow my Instagram, by the way. I'm gonna link it down below as well, so we can maybe do like Q&As and stuff. Yeah, bye guys, peace. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That was the tutorial. Alright, so there you have it, guys. My camera died, but I'm back now. But alright, so that's the end of the tutorial, guys. Alright, so that's that. I hope you made sense of it. Why is it always so hard to finish the video? Alright guys, so I guess that's it. My first tutorial is finished. It feels really good. I hope you made sense of it. I know I ramble so much, but